school life. What do they need to be aware of in their career? Four of Swords came out in the reverse. I forgot to mention I'm taking reversals. It could be a challenge, some kind of conflict in your work life to the point where it is leading you to not be able to get sufficient rest, or your thoughts aren't cleared. You're being bogged down in your mind, or just a sense of restlessness. It could be competition in the workplace, or arguments and like some kind of spat or debacle you're having with someone, some kind of conflict with the pay, so you feel like you have to overwork to get the sufficient amount you feel is necessary for your living expenses. You want your chart to look big enough for your living expenses, or you have some kind of money goals. You're trying to reach a higher position than another person. I guess it isn't promotion season, but like you could be wanting to be like the best in your field so that you could get to the top somehow, and that's causing you to not take time to rest that you need. Spirit could be saying you need rest at this time, sufficient rest, or you need to ground yourself to feel more stable within your inner world first, in order for that to balance out with your inner world state. You could be feeling anxious at this time, like having unwanted thoughts, thinking of things that obsessively. What else, Holy Spirit? What do they need to be aware about with their career? The devil wanted to come out. You could be feeling tempted to overdo it at work. You could be needing to release some burdens with the Ten of Wands in reverse here. So yeah, there's a need to delegate. You could be taking on the responsibility of another that you shouldn't be. Someone like you're the higher up in this field, and so you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, but there's a sense of overindulgence in that, of being a workaholic, or is bringing unhappiness to your home life. There's a sense of like your foundation isn't steady, it isn't strong enough to withhold this amount of stress. You're on the verge of burnout, if not already feeling completely burned out. There's a need to reprioritize your time. It could be drawn into more of your addictive tendencies at this time, or you could be feeling attached to your work life, like it's just inevitable. It has to be like this. This is the only way I can live and survive and get things done. All the weight of it weighs on my shoulder. It's my responsibility. You could be feeling like you're taking responsibility of another and a toxic connection. It could be with your boss, another coworker that you're in conflict with. You have an argument with this person, a spat, a tiff. You're not on good terms, or there's a sense of trying to surpass them or see what they're up to, so you can feel like you're on the right track. So that's leading you to overdo it, to try to, like, I don't know, keep up with the drones, the traditions of the world, the stuffiness, but you're not happy in this. There's no reason to celebrate here. You're feeling unwelcomed. You're feeling there's not much of a drive to be meeting these personal strides of developing yourself in this aspect of your career. There's not a sense of like satisfaction and fulfillment, and a reason to celebrate here. And bottom of the deck is that as the stars. There's something of like reaching for more, something that feels out of reach, something which is kind of showing me you being in the spotlight. So you could be a public figure, a guru that advises people, and you have a lot of responsibilities on your hand. You could be well known in your area, or just people just look to you to be that go-to person, but it is leading you to feel like your base is crippling. You don't feel secure within a situation. You're wanting to unload the burdens, the baggage of this situation here, because you feel unhealthily attached to it. You feel like this is not healthy for you. You want to take a break and rest and go after your dreams, your actual aspirations. What's truly inspiring you and brings hope to your life, instead of bringing you down, bogging you down, mentally and physically. It feels like you're on the end of your exertion here, and you're at your wit's end, I guess. Is that the saying? Your wit's end. You need to take a break. Just because you have this position of like top dog authority here, where people look to you for guidance, they look to you, or there's a need for you to seek advice and guidance in order how to free yourself from this baggage, from this toxicity, from this old way of being. Like, you find that sense of control that you do have, and seeking the right resources in order to seeking the right help in order to feel stable within yourself, stable within your life, secure within yourself. But then there's a sense of grounded awareness. You feel safe, you feel secure, you feel like all your base needs are met, and the bottom of the pyramid of what do you call that? The pyramid of like needs. You have that base needs of feeling secure and safe. You know, you have your home, your food. You don't have to worry about the stress of like not having all your ducks in a row, or just a sense of feeling unwelcomed in this workplace. Yeah, I'm gonna pull another tarot deck for your career. Let's get some thorough messages here. Why not? Before we get into love. And then after this, I'm going to pull the love side, and then I'm going to pull astrology card to see what, in regards to all of this, can be like grouped together to be a singular focus. Like, what is your focus undoubtedly need to, like, top priority? I'm also going to pull a card on that too, some tarot. What do you need to be aware about with your work situation here? Tower in reverse. Some kind of unwanted change is going to be thrust upon you, but it's going to be a welcome change, because you're going to have help there necessary to help get you by in a calming way, a smooth transition. You're going to be on someone's boat who's going to be able to pick up the work for you while you just sit and sail by on a new time, a new transition in your life. In this work situation, you're gonna get the resources necessary. You're gonna be in the right place at the right time. You're gonna see things in a different light, where it's gonna open you up to new possibilities. Excuse my beat up card. I had this deck 4 years. Is actually my first tarot deck. So 6 of Swords. You can't see the 6, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, you're gonna be moving on from this time of restlessness, of overworking, or staying overly in this time of isolation. You're gonna be walking out of this self of isolation, of this self. You're gonna be walking out of this self into a new you. you're going to be transitioning inside and out. Your thoughts are going to be shifting. There's going to be this sense of like the divine being with you in this, and the divine helping you. Like, you are not alone in this, basically. Like, things will get calmer, things will slow down eventually. You will be able to feel like you have a handle on things, and that you will be confident enough to finish things practically in a reasonable manner, with your priorities all straight. You have your top priorities sorted out, and you turn things in by the deadline, and you don't feel like someone's trying to step on your toes, or that you have to outdo someone, or you have to pick up the slack of others. You're going to be able to delegate that out and receive help. Know which responsibilities are actually yours to handle, and know who can eventually, I got it. Sit back. And it'll be just as simple as that. That will stir up some inspiration within you that you feel has been dwindling. You haven't had that aha moment, that epiphany of like, okay, this is how I do it. This is how I'm inspired to get into action. King of Cups wants to come out. So there's this need of grounding yourself emotionally, mastering your emotions here, a sense of trying to work together with someone in this workspace. There's this sense of lack of ego cohesion or something like that, or lack of ego, lack of cohesion here, or feeling empathetic in a situation where you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. You're aware of what can leave you emotionally contented and not easily angered, or to fly off the walls, or not take it as it resonates. But it's a sense of like not being motivated in this situation because of the overexertion, the overindulgence in this situation, the addictive quality of just keep on coming back to and bumping into the same situation, the same problem here, where you feel it's out of your control, but you're aware emotionally that you can free yourself from this bond. I feel like it's a time to speak up how you feel about the situation, or at least express that to yourself within, and come to terms with what truly stirs that inspiration within you, what truly drives that hope, because you could be feeling unworthy towards what you desire most. It could just be an obsessive dream, a thought, a fantasy of what could be, but then you feel tied to this other situation, and you're like, I'm still skeptical, even though this has probably been a long time coming. You've been attached to this for probably quite some time, a lot of years, where people have felt comfortable taking advantage of the fact that, oh, wow, she really can get stuff done. Let me put it all on her, or him, or they. Let me put it all on them to do all the work, or to pick up the slack, or to take my shit and put up with it. There really is some sense of competition within this, or some kind of sense of someone is just not rubbing you the wrong way in this environment, of this group, whether it's at work or school or wherever where you're surrounded by a group of people. It could be some kind of gossip here, or there's someone all up in your business. Is someone trying to play toe-to-toe with you, or some shit like that? I don't know, because 3 of coins at the bottom of the deck, and I really, really do feel like you successful and mugs be jealous. Obsessively, like, all on your jock, like, worry about what you doing. Oh, no. But there's a need to stay persistent in this, because people look to you for a reason. The moment that you transition yourself out of the situation, become emotionally aware of what you truly do want, what you truly want to be known and recognized for in the future. This is like legacy shit here, because the Hierophant, Four of Wands, this is like matters of your future. You're wanting to see yourself in a place long term, in the long run. The long run, if I'm gonna be tied to this for a while, why did Ace of Cups and Three of Cups want to blink themselves at me? First it was Three of Cups, and then it did this to show the Ace of Cups. And Eight of Swords in reverse and bottom of that. So I'm channeling. There are some bird bitches. There's some bird bitches in your business and blocking you from what would actually bring you like giddy feeling, like, oh, I'm excited for this, something to be like actually intrigued about. It's actually good for you. It's not just all good on the surface of it, but then in the end, deep down, it's just eternal doom, and you're setting yourself up for a disaster, or just an ever loop of dealing with this bond, this baggage, this tie that's weighing you down. You can easily just like shrug this shit off, but you feel tied to it for some reason. But now I feel like because you're grounded and you're staying in that meditative state, you're writing down like your goals, future plans. You're touching base with yourself with like, is this really actually bringing me happiness? Is this bringing me fulfillment? Is this what I always hoped for? Is this what I truly always hoped for? Is this like it for me? Maybe I should switch my majors. Maybe I should, I don't know, if you're thinking of like dramatically switching a field from like possibly like I was a lawyer, but now I want to make pottery, or I was a graphic designer, but now I actually want to go into the nursing field. Or it could just be as simple as I was a writer and now I want to get more writing about spirituality. First it was just like just writing for fun, hobby, and I'll be in my journal, but now I actually want to make this serious and like and actually reach people. Yeah, this is that sign to actually go after it. It could be this sense of you're worrying about what other people could possibly think about this new beginning, this new creation, and there's a need to actually stop taking on the burdens of others, the responsibility that other people can actually be doing, and there's a need to actually suss out what's truly important to you. Like, what has been heavy on your mind? What have you been meditating and thinking about? What has been heavy on your mind with the Four of Swords that you've been using work as a distraction to be like, oh, that's so far out of reach, that could never happen? What has that thought been for you? And truly believing that because I feel this way so intensely, I don't, like Three of Cups and Ace of Cups together is Four of Cups. So I don't want this offer to pass me by because I'm still lugging on this toxic situation that's no longer, like now I realize, now I see. It's no longer gonna sustain me. It's not even sustaining me for a bright, happy, celebratory future. It's not gonna be that for me. I don't want this. I don't see this in my future. I don't see it really going anywhere, and I'm just, you could be possibly scared to leave it because of the mystery of it. The devil represents mystery, so it also represents like the taboo and sexual nature, addictive qualities. So it could be this whole pull to it, the sense of like, damn, I did it again. I'm like, I'm still fucking with this shit. I'm like, I'm still dealing with the same old shit. And it's eventually, you're gonna get to the point where you're just tired of it. You're just like, I'm done. And then you're gonna get this, I don't know if the divine is gonna use someone to speak through someone to you, to really open your eyes to this of what could be. Like, you have this overall excitement, this flow, this abundance of creativity and drive. You have this seed of this new beginning, this attraction to it. You're very interested in it, and it could deal with this person who is wise and higher up. You're like, yeah, this is, or it could be dealing with you being this person who's higher up, really recognized for being wise and a spiritual guru, or someone to seek good advice from. Whether this inspiration, this spark comes through guidance, through higher learning. It could be this sense of, once you go after this initial attraction you have towards your workplace, whatever stirs this sense of like, ooh, that sounds fun. That's actually intriguing to me. Like, I actually want to go after my dream right now. Fuck whatever anyone else say. I will feel at most happy and secure and at home in a work environment or school environment or in a career field where I'm actually appreciated and I'm actually enjoying my work and it's my work. No one's trying to take credit for it, or no one's trying to down me for it or trying to one-up me. I feel like I'm in a cohesive environment where we're all kindreds and like-minded. We're all kind and we all communicate respectfully, efficiently, you know. There's a sense of camaraderie. I'm gonna pull one more for your career. I didn't mean for it to go this long. Damn, this shit thorough as hell. Yeah, bitch. Bye. This is what's leaving you to feel like you're demotivated at work or in school because your heart just isn't in this. Like, you don't feel the love in this no more. Sorry, y'all. If this resonates, let me know if you feel comfortable, but I'm really getting a good message from this. It's not leaving you in your actual empower. Like, you feel like someone's trying to over control you, someone's trying to tamper you down, weigh you down, trying to dim your light, I guess, or bring out the bad side of you, try to get a rise out of you or something like that. Or there's a sense of you not having that you having this lack of ego in the situation. You feel not confident in yourself to express, like, this is who I am. I'm the boss bitch, and I'm good and bad and fine all of myself. You want to come across as like respectful, you know, loyal to your job. You could have worked there for like a lot of years or been invested in that major for a long time. And you're like, wow, I really don't want to redo all my progress that I've made thus far, lose my seniority or lose my position, or it seems so daunting to even be here, but it seems more daunting to even try to leave this situation because I know it's going to be some big mess. But the truth is, it's actually leaving you not in your power by not making this decision. You're not truly standing in your firm, confident power, like, oh, I have control over this. I can make this decision. I can let this shit crash and burn right motherfucking now, and I'll have another thing lined up. And I know divine got me, and it's all gonna work out. And in the end, I'm just gonna still end up a natural leader figure. I'm gonna rise above the rest. But I'm not no king. I'm the emperor. And who you think you're talking to? Who do you think you are? Who are you again? What's your name? Jacob? Steve? Becky? I'm like, I'm not actually in a higher position than you, and I know what needs to be done. I can show that and show that compassion, but with a certain reach. I can be only nice up to thus far, and you're not gonna walk all over me and think I'm gonna like that. That's why CEOs have assistants. people in other positions, they have the next person under, the next person under, the next person under. That's so they can have those responsibilities, but also so they're not doing all of the work that someone could did that, and then someone else could did that, and then someone else could did that. Like, it's all in order for a reason. It's not just because of the title. It's because of my stance and who I truly am, being emotionally aware of who you are and what you're willing to put up with. Like, oh, I can see this is clearly not a good situation. Bye, let it crash, let it burn, start all over with more firmer foundations. You already have a firm foundation within yourself. It's just this external, something in your material world, which clearly this is a career reading, but something within this environment externally of you is bogging you down internally, and you're emotionally aware of that, and you know what to aspire for. You know what would get you out of this restless energy, and the need is to find the help necessary within yourself from the divine, or whether it's someone you know, like, hey, I know you're skilled in this. Hey, you know, I was thinking of, you know, possibly collaborating with you on this, because I know you're skilled in this, you know, I'm just channeling right now out of my ass, but something like that of the sort, like collaborating with someone, working together, is a sense of like, you're motivated because you're not in the right connections right now. You're not in the right environment or something like that. But you know what it is that would be best. Let's get some love messages for my pile number 1. Some love messages. I don't think that was too long. I can talk however long the fuck I want. Oh, someone has been passive with their feelings, but you try to come off as like, oh, I have no feelings for this person, I'm not gonna show it. But then, like, you're romanticizing the whole situation. You're fantasizing and daydreaming of what could be, the what ifs. You're holding back from someone, y'all. This person could be possibly from the past. It could be disharmony within this situation because someone cup hasn't been someone nice, little innocent. Here you go. Here's my cup. Do you like it? Like a little, with a trust of a child, thinking that, like, you know, a child never been rejected before, yet this is the initial stages, is when it starts happening, and it could have led to nowhere. I'm getting 5 of Wands. It could be some kind of competition with this situation, y'all. It's kind of conflict. You had an argument with this person in the past. Oh, 5 of Swords. You guys are learning your lessons in the situation. Someone could have walked away. It could have been a sense of unfairness. Someone walked away with more, trying to win at all costs. Petty arguments here. I left before you could type stuff. Or hurt people type stuff. But there's a sense of you're not expressive, you're not showing, especially with this being a blockage. He already wearing a mask, and it's all the opposite, the mountains being the obstacles behind him. Clouded. Someone's clouded in their feelings for someone. Someone thinks the feelings aren't reciprocal, or because someone hasn't truly expressed their emotions. The other person thinks that, oh, it was all in my head. This person isn't coming forth with their feelings, so it's unrequited. But you could be, wow, there's a lot of emotions here with this cups coming out straight out the gate. No wands, no swords, just cups. But there's a sense of like determinism and wanting to succeed in this connection beyond the fact that it's just like this harmony here. There's a separation here. Judgment. And why did I put it all the way up there? I just realized that. Sorry. Let me let you get a chance to look at the cards. I'm getting carried away. I'm not even paying attention. Why did I do it like that? I just want to make sure you see the imagery. Feeling weighed down by the obstacles. This could be a lot of obstacles from you guys, even possibly feeling together. This person just feels blocked, or you feel blocked. I feel like the feelings are mutual with the Two of Cups in reverse. If you think this is unrequited and that you're the only person that has felt the connection, that felt a bond with this person, that feels still attached and still think of you time to time, no, it's not just you, it's also this person. Oh, that's why. The need to make an important choice here that feels like an impossible choice. You guys are like, what is the deal with you guys acting passively and not wanting to make an acute, decisive decision? You know what stirs emotional desire within you, what stirs that inspiration, what stirs that drive. Oh, I see success here, I want to go towards it. But you guys feel like, oh, is this over-analysis paralysis? Like you're overthinking it because of what you've done in the past or what this person done in the past. There's a sense of like stalemate. Someone's waiting for someone to take action, but you're both remaining passive and letting this remain a dead-end situation, something that never really got off the ground. Ten of Wands, it's burdening, like it's burdening you, the thought of this connection, the thought of not being with this person, the thought of what you did. There's a sense of wanting to return, but that seems, it's gonna take a lot of work. This decision is a hard, weighty decision. There's a lot of weight on this, but there is hope for success with the right effort, with action, with not being so wrapped up in the thoughts, and not selling false dreams or false promises. There's a need of not doing that and not making your intentions known quite yet because they're not grounded yet. Your feelings, it seems like you're emotionally aware within your career life more than you are in your love life. Because there's a sense of like the direction, you know what seems ideal. Like, yeah, I could see that being successful. I see victory in that situation. Yeah, I want to go after that with that Two of Cups in reverse. Like, I like her. I like him. But what you gonna do about it though, y'all? Or what are they? There's a sense of like the waiting game here of, okay, someone thinks this is over and ended, but someone's still not over it. They're still not accepting the situation. Like, no, this ain't over. This is not even close to over. It's nowhere near over. Because the World card is like, that's not, no, I'm not accepting the sense of like needing help, releasing the burden of the guilt or the someone's fearing like the growth and change of the development within themselves, whether take it as it resonates, but there's a sense of still needing to process the emotions here with the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then I lift that up with the Death in reverse. That's because it's taking longer than expected with the Three of Wands in reverse. You need to put yourself out there with your expression here, take the action. that's the only way it will lead you to success in this situation. Let me take a sip of water because I did not know this was going to be complex. I'm going to pull from the other deck. A sense of like you're judging yourself harshly of your actions of the past that could have brought this conflict about, that could have ended this connection earlier than you wanted, than either person wanted it to end. It's a sense of healing needing to be done with the Three of Swords, wanting to reconcile, to forgive. Eight of Cups, but someone walked away. They walked away to heal. There was walking away to need to suss out someone's own emotional baggages in the past, and needing to release and walk away from what no longer served them. Reconciliation. Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah, forgiveness is needed here in this situation. There's a future here of success. Yes, you see a future with this person. But this person is not giving with their love. They're not giving with their affection. They're not extending their cup, their energy. They're a nurturing presence, but it seems like they're hoarding their resources, hoarding their love. Not transitioning through life with you. There's a sense of this not being in the physical. It's a blockage here with this person's energy, whether it's yours or this person. That's why this is not coming forth. It's taking longer than expected because this feminine energy is not, they don't have to be female or male or whatever. Because as far as I know, be non-binary or non-identifying. Yes, blockage in communication. It's like, I regret what I did and didn't do, or said and did not say. Two of Swords, needing to make confirmation, a weighty decision. Eight of Swords in reverse, trying to see through things clearly, trying to feel the sense of freedom within your thoughts. Like, Eight of Swords in reverse to me, going through that dark night of the soul, you know, accepting that dark shadow side of shadow side of healing, processing your emotions throughout the betrayal within this connection. Four of Cups, this was a missed opportunity, though there is a catch here. There's always seems to be like, oh, I'm unhappy and not content with the situation. I feel unfulfilled and boo-hoo. I'm apathetic towards the situation. It seems as though there's an overall apathetic attitude towards your career and love life, and I wonder if those two correlate. And also, Ten of Cups. A lot of cards wanted to come out, and the Knave of Cups in reverse, with Judgment in reverse. Again, that sense of I can't accept things how they are. You have a bad view of me from the past. I'm not that person. That was out of character. I regret what I did. There's a sense of regret, not willing to move on and accept the situation as is. A need to make wrongs right because there's a dispute here. There's a dispute with the person that you see your future with, and you haven't come with the material success that you wanted. You could have sacrificed your career and put work before your love life. I don't know, TK, if it resonates, because I'm just thinking back to like the same feeling of your career, of wanting to leave a situation, wanting to leave a situation that is you're not fulfilled in, and knowing what will fulfill you and what stirs that inspiration, that creativity, that drive, that, ooh, I'm excited, I'm attracted towards this, this looks right, this looks like it's gonna lead to somewhere successful, but then you don't go for it. There's a sense of needing to apologize and needing to make amends here with the Knave of Cups. And because you see success, you see peace here with, you know, Six of Swords coming through from your career. There's a sense of having someone on your team, on your boat, where it'll surge that motivation, it'll boost your ego, it'll make you feel more grounded and loved and welcome, secure. Though there's a sense of not being content with where you are, and this fantasizing about how things could be in this love aspect of your reading. And I need to let bygones be bygones, to heal, to suss through your dark shadow side and not be afraid of it, to see things clearly, to be able to make a sound decision, even though it's a weighty decision and you can't go back to that other decision anymore. It's gone, it burned down, but there's things left over in the rubble where you're not seeing clearly, not seeing the opportunity the divine is trying to show you. There's a need to ground yourself in your intuition and your love life, suss through those feelings of childlike nature back as you did as a child, to be trusting with your love and to not let that intuition steer you, to not, you know, I wouldn't say steer you wrong, but not let that intuition be blanketed, you know, covered, to ignore it, to be open to the possibilities of what could be, because things could easily turn in your favor if you simply reach out to the divine. Oh my gosh, the wax in here is bubbling, so I'm just sensing like there's this pressure rising to the surface. There's this sense of wanting to bubble something out, like say something out of the surface that is stirring this passion within you to explain yourself, your actions, your deed in this situation where it dealt with other people, where other people's influences was incorporated, I guess to say, influenced in this situation. There's a sense of needing to communicate. Communication is blocked, but there's a sense of I can show you better than I can tell you, but it's a sense of believing it in yourself. You're capable of actually doing that and trusting, believing in that the divine, that spirit would actually help you through this, that you will actually say the right words, that you will actually do the right things necessary in order to get the outcome that you feel you see in your intuition. But there's just still doubt, though you're still trying to keep the hope and inspiration alive. You know what inspires you, you know, all that. I'm a broken record, but you know power. Let's see where this focus is centered towards. Like, what's the communication, your ideas, what you're thinking right now, currently, like what has recently been on your mind that you want to, you know, talk about. You want to actually meet up with the right kindreds that you want to share on social media. That who do you want to hit up and call? Like, who do you want to write to? Get your ideas going and do the action. And again, a real sense of Mars energy here too. Like, what is the idea in question? What has been on your mind? How can you make the right connection? It seems like there's this sense of not having the right people around you. Aquarius, again, shining that weird light, letting that freak flag fly in a way. And again, with your ideas, idealization. I also feel like it's your work life too. What is good for us? Do it a little time. Like, be patient with yourself. You don't have to change yourself so drastically. Like, you can stay that meticulous self of wanting to work hard and get down and do the work. Yeah, sure, but to a healthy extent. Are you being good to your body? Are you nurturing yourself? Does this feel most natural to you? Are you your most authentic, unique self? Are you doing this for a better future? Are you thinking long term here? And there's also a sense of trusting your ideas, trusting that niggle, that hope, that dream that you have. It may cause a lot of confusion in certain situations where you feel like you have to sacrifice something in order to gain and reap the rewards and the blessings for the future, but it's going to be worth it if you have the right people around you, because it won't feel like such a sacrifice. It'll be balanced and you'll feel stable still within yourself and in your mind and in your exterior world, like in your inner world and your exterior world. And there's a need to like wait and to hold back sometimes, to not always act with a sense of knowing when to act and to when to confront something and initiate that drive towards the right things with the right people. And that will also inspire others because you have made the right connections, you shared that vision, and you did the necessary work. And that could be part of your full-time job as your, position in a leadership role. Regardless of title, whatever title you do hold, even if leaving something is leaving a higher position and going towards a lower position, you still serve that energy of being a natural leader. Yeah, just be unconventional. It's a need to just be inventive here and to be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, pile number 1, I hope that resonates with you. You can like, share, subscribe if you feel comfortable and actually enjoyed this reading. I hope you had a blessed rest of your day, and I'm going to start with pile number 2. Pile number 2, 5121. I'm going to start with you. I'm going to cleanse the energy of the deck and ask Spirit first, what do you need to be aware of when it comes to your career life? Cleanse the energy from my pile number 2 so they can be aware of what's going on in their career life. What do they need to be aware of? What do they need to be? These are like my favorite kind of readings because really anything can come out, and I channel the most effectively when I don't know what I was gonna say, but just when it's like whatever Spirit wants to say. No, that's too much, and I feel like that was telling me to keep on shuffling because it's not acting how I want it to. Yeah, smooth, flowing nature. Number 2. I know it tells me to stop when it like feels right. I don't know how to explain it. This is why like normally I prefer not to read in reversals because it's more faster to just cleanse the deck because I know they're all upright. And okay, that by the way, I'm taking reversals. I didn't make that aware. I don't know from the beginning, but today we're going to be asking Spirit, what do you need to be aware of and your career, and then I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that, and then I'm pull what do we need to be aware about with your love life. So Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. Sorry if my deck looks a little beat up. This is my first tarot deck. I had it quite for some time. With the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords, there's a need of walking away with your dignity held high, but also giving grace and mercy when you could actually cut people with your words. You're holding yourself back in your work and school environment. You had a lot of things happened to you in your past, a lot of loss and deceit, and overall you just overcame a lot within your mind. You're mentally strong and you know who you are. Work comes off as this healing presence in your environments of work and school. You could be fending off other people who try to do you unfair, who try to put all the work on you, who try to win at all costs. Though it seems as though you're successful within yourself, so they're just like, they're playing themselves. And there's a sense of you don't have to make any hasty choices right now to stay on the straight and narrow, because you see things quite clearly. Your eyes, like I'm envisioning with the Two of Swords in the original tarot decks, of the person with the two swords crossed like this with the eyes blindfolded. It's a sense of like, you know your intuition, you know your mind, your sound and your thoughts, you know who you are, and other people can't put you down, or the situations within those environments that deals with multiple people. Work, school, whatever trade that you're in, is a sense of going through the storm within yourself, processing and evaluating your thoughts so that you have a sound mind, and that you feel the sense of freedom and creativity within your workspace, that you can express yourself in a way where you don't feel like you have to tamper down what you truly have to say, your truth. You're seeking the facts, you're seeking like logical explanations, you don't want to hear any excuses, and you're doing with what you have, even if it isn't a lot, and other people try to take from your ideas, or try to have petty arguments or petty tiffs with you, or have a secret jealous eye over you. It's not phasing you. You have your guard up. You're pretty firm in who you are. You just stay to yourself. I'm sensing here, there's a sense of you're not trying to keep up with petty arguments and petty gossip, and also that you don't have to make any decisions at this point. That's what's coming through, because you're going through, sorry for my beat up card, this is actually the Six of Swords, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you're going through your work and career life, whatever, if you're in school, or if you are like an entrepreneur, or, well, I'm not feeling those vibes, but you could have your own business, or you can, like, if someone bails on me last minute and they think they're still gonna get paid or something, or if I have someone do an assignment but they don't do it to the full extent of like what they're getting paid for, or I'm paying them to do, like, I could just let you go. Or there's a sense of like you're the boss bitch here, like you make the decisions, and you see through other people bullshit. If they try to like sly you, do underhanded things, try to get out of doing work or something, like you peep it, but you'll get the necessary people to do the job, where you can just sit back and then they'll take the ship of like, no, you do what you do and I got it. It's like stuff like that. And also there's a need of like sharing your thoughts more in a space, not keeping your ideas private. It's a sense of you're fearing someone trying to steal your ideas or something, but it's a sense of like sharing your ideas. It's a sense of not being so boundaried, or not being so overly protective of your energy in the space, to be open to your surroundings, share your successes. What else? Any more? I did see the Magician. You could be manifesting with the resources that you do have, since you reached this personal development, this personal satisfaction, though it could be causing anxiety, where now something is being miscommunicated, or something is being tamped down, something It's like a blockage and some kind of aha moment or some kind of communication here. You could be afraid of saying something that would like hurt someone fragile or needy, with the Queen of Cups being reversed here. Could be afraid of coming across the wrong way to someone who has overextended at some point, who has emotionally expressed something that they regretted before, so now they're keeping quiet, and now there's a sense of miscommunication here, which is causing a sense of anxiety here, or guilt or shame. Your work could be keeping you up at night. You could have a lot to do. And there's a sense to ground yourself emotionally so you won't feel overly stressed or overly emotional, too fragile. We need to get some clarifiers for a different deck. We need to be aware about divine spirit when it comes to their career. We need to be aware about divine spirit. Okay. It fell on the floor. So 3 of Swords and the 4 of Coins came out. It could be protective with your resources, with your time and your energy in this situation where you're keeping things close to your chest here. Could be something where there is some kind of loss or grief that you're dealing with. Where it's like hard to get over in your mind, and then it's causing disputes in your home life. You could regret actions of what you've done or said or didn't do, where you weren't balanced in your divine feminine and masculine, where you couldn't move on from the past because of what you did or what you said, and it's been weighing you down, or what you didn't do. You haven't sought the necessary help, or you haven't accepted the situation as it is. There's an unwillingness to come to this awakening. Justice, 5 of Wands in reverse. I need to work together in this environment to seek wisdom and guidance from someone. Something's not over here in the situation. There's a need to backtrack here. There's a sense of something that was unfair that had happened. Someone needing to make... is this reverse? 5 of Swords was in reverse, so someone's still not over it, even though someone could have reconciled or let bygones be bygones, simply just by moving on, by, you know, simply by letting the stalemate just be as it is, seeing things clearly, sussing through it. Someone's still not happy with it. Just sense of things must be righted. Your actions holding weight here, and it's a sense of what we want to work together here. and needing to do that within some kind of convention. I want to pull some astrology cards. What does this work, school, overall group environment situation have to deal with? Holy Spirit, please. What does the situation overall have to do with Holy Spirit? Don't fly in a candle. Pisces, the bottom of the deck. Libra in the 4th house. So this deals with home, security, your family-based past. I did get that with seeing the 10 of coins reversed, that being family disputes, successes you thought would be a success falling flat, so fleeting success. And yeah, so something not working out. Like, I regret doing that now, that it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. And something with relationships, the people that are around you, clearly I'm getting at with the 5s. There's some kind of conflict here. Someone trying to learn their lessons, but still coming to terms with things and the separation of it. It could be someone you're withholding your energy from in this group setting, where it's upsetting you to the point where it's still affecting you even after some time has gone by, where it's causing anxiety and disruption within overall your mind. It's heavily on your mind. Someone who you want to seek some kind of balance and fairness with, to have things be someone where you're trying to seek fairness and balance with, because what was done in the past is still affecting you through anxiety and overall just bogging you down in the mind with grief and loss. The agony of it, with the 3 of Swords, this is still a term of not being like good with how things are. So you're wanting to do it with your partners. You're wanting to work together. There's a sense of getting down to the beauty of the foundation of it, of how it started, how it originated from the past. Getting the necessary support. Someone here who wasn't supported, I guess, in the right way as they should have been. It's a sense of getting back to that foundation of feeling supported both equally, feeling that home base here, feeling like, okay, I'm good with this, I'm secure with this situation. And you know, it's a sense of needing to make a necessary decision here, where you feel like, you know, you can see things clearly. You're seeking the right guidance, the right information here. I want to pull something for your love life. It also could be a need with your career to trust your psychic knowledge in order to be able to feel confident in saying the right things and coming across effectively, in a matter of your tone and your demeanor, since a lot of swords came out here. It's a sense of clearing down your mind, grounding yourself, because you are aware of who you are, what you know, seeking truth and knowledge. It's a sense of you can suss through people's emotions and how they feel. You know that with your actions that did not sit right, like with the other person or other people. So it's a sense of you knowing that psychically, you know it's not sitting right. It's resulting in indecision, if that's making sense. You knowing it's not sitting right with them, it's like, wow, they must not see me in the right light. I must have left a bad impression or some kind of thing, you know? I must have goofed myself up. I have to come back to that. That couldn't be the end. That couldn't be it. That couldn't be their last impression of me, or that couldn't be how they just continue to see me in this lifetime. Like, it's not over. Let me see, clear this energy for love aspect of your reading. What do you need to be aware of with love? Pile number two, something that is taking a long time to get off the ground, something from the past. It could be a dispute where you just are fantasizing about this person. Oops, whoa, let's cleanse this energy, because 6 of Swords, and I saw the not Hierophant, I guess, but cleanse this energy some more for sure. It's like going crazy. I don't know if it's on my part of not doing a good job shuffling, but normally I have like a good hand on my own cards. I had this for years. Spirit, clarify. What does pile number 2 need to be aware about when it comes to love? Pile number 2. Sense of persistence here, withholding, or being protective. And then the 6 of Swords. So need to trust Spirit here. Spirit wants you to be aware of, to not give up on something that you initially put energy towards, that you put the action towards, you processed the feelings and emotions, but there's a sense of you not being grounded with your feelings and emotions. It seems like it's just too lofty of an idea. It seems like it's just not possible, or you're not receiving the necessary psychic wisdom, psychic knowledge that could further you in your tutelage as a student and as a page role of your emotions. It's a sense of you not being able to receive it, to be in that childlike state of, you know, coyness, romanticism, fantasy, believing, dreaming, hoping, wishing. It's a sense of a feeling like you're on your last leg and you're a little jaded and you don't really have much reason to believe, so why believe? Something like that. So it's a sense of protecting yourself. Yeah, it's a sense of being on your last leg, needing help on that smooth transition, needing that right person on your team to be a calm, tranquil, harmonious presence for your love life. There's a need to, it seems like you overcame a lot recently that was pretty jarring and intense and just abrupt and fast, and so you're protecting yourself, which is leading you to not really expect much, to hope for, or to dream for, to believe that pigs can fly, that kind of energy. So I feel like the divine is helping you transition out of those rocky waters to not be so cold and, you know, detached and distant within your emotions, you know? What is pile number 2 to be aware about? The sense of you withholding communication here with your feelings. You need to ground your emotions. You could be feeling emotionally overwhelmed and needy, fragile with your emotions, or like you're the type to like overextend. So there's a sense of withholding your tongue. You could have a sharp tongue, a biting tongue, so you just withhold, which leaves room for miscommunication and overthinking. So you need to like write and journal your feelings, your thoughts, and that would plant the necessary seeds in order to get something moving and in the physical, since you're grounded and secure within your own success of what you do have in your resources, your time, your energy. It's a sense of distractions are here from you filling your own cup. I'm seeing like it's a sense of not feeling fulfilled emotionally, feeling like your cup is drained empty, feeling uninspired, a lack of attraction here, because there's a disarray, there's distractions, there's It seems like change is going to be thrusted upon you with the Tower in reverse, and then the Ten of Cups came out. So there is hope for a better future here. I feel like that comes hand in hand. It should go this way. Feels like you're going to be compelled to express something that has been heavy in your mind, and you will get help doing this from divine. That is gonna, I just feel like the Ace, the water, it being blocked. I feel like Spirit is just gonna dump a load of love on you with the Six of Swords. Because the Ten of Cups here, it being paired with this, like these four coming out in sequence, and then the Six of Coins. In your love life, there's a sense of disharmony because energy wasn't exchanged equally, efficiently. There was power dynamics. There was, you know, extortion or something, or gifts with like underlining expectations of, you know, wanting something out of it. You know, it was not much giving, so you were withholding your energy and not giving much towards this love aspect, to where you gave your attention towards things that probably left you on the edge of exhaustion, since that was the first thing that came out. And so there's a sense of like still recovering from the fallout of that, which is leading you to recognize, to shift that perception, to see, to humble yourself, to see, okay, this is where I was clouded in my mind. Let me heal myself and devote the necessary attention towards myself in order for me to feel like I could give my cup towards something lasting and that actually has a strong foundation and that would leave me content. Something that wouldn't drain me of me feeling like I was the one overextending, like I was the one spilling my guts out and getting nothing in return. And it's a sense of there were the disputes with this thing that you thought you saw your future in, but it was fleeting. It seems like it was a distraction. Ace of Cups wanted to come out in reverse again. A sense of your cup not being accepted. You felt that attraction. You expressed it possibly in the past or presently, recently. Take it as it resonates. And there's a sense of focusing on your own cup and trying to stay persistent in regards to love. Trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel and work through your shadow. Work through those things of like self-worth and valuing yourself and what you're willing to put up with, setting your own standards, and all that good stuff. What else do you need to be aware about with your love life? There's a sense of accepting things as they are, and I feel like the divine is saying kudos for you for overcoming those obstacles, seeking the right guidance, going within, reflecting within yourself in your own inner world, and seeking the divine spirit as your source of guidance and wisdom to help transition you towards a very new beginning I see happening in your future. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse, but you have the Ten of Cups coming out, and those both are symbolizing ones, and the Nine of Swords being like you're coming to an end. So there's a sense of closing out something within your love life that wasn't fair, that wasn't really giving to you what you needed necessarily, which caused you to really drawn within in your bubble and self-hibernate, possibly for a long time, possibly using your work and your school life as distractions, and need to actually bond with your kindreds here and share what you've learned, communicate what you have learned through your time of isolation. I wrote something down the other day that was something about light. I'm sorry, I'm making this video even unnecessarily long, but it's just like recognizing that light within yourself. I am that light. I shed that light, and finding that sense of you can do it too, with patience and doing it a little at a time. This could have been a long time coming of you protecting your energy and being in a contemplative energy around your love life. King of Swords want to come out. Actually, a lot of cards want to come out. I want to see if I want to take it. No. We'll see if it comes out again. But there's a sense of a lot of people are wanting to catch your eye because you're basically the cream of the crop. But there's a sense of someone misusing their talents, trying to manifest you in. This is someone trying to do like magic to manifest you within their life right now. What do you need to be aware of? You are healing through heartache and grief of the past. There's a sense of needing to share your energy. What does my pile number 2 need to be aware of with love? You could be anxious towards plans for the future. You could be a little wary, a little worried about your ideals, what you hope and aspire and long for, and possibly putting that into action within your love life. Like, am I actually really suited for relationships? I know 2 is better than 1, but I haven't met the one. I want to hope for the one, but it's a sense of like the intrusive thoughts, the doubt behind it, the over worrying about it, and keeping to yourself. As a need of like grounding your emotions towards your love life, with the Queen of Cups being the bottom of the deck. It's a sense of you hoarding your love, your cup, your energy, your beautiful Empress energy. And there is a King of Cups who is also wishing and hoping for you, though it could be this person who you could have seen your future with, who you could have dreamt and hoped for. There's a need to meditate and balance the divine feminine and divine masculine aspects of yourself, and gain that motivation in order to like uplift and boost your ego, to feel confident enough to be able to do it with your partners, to do it with another. Also to rest, to take time to meditate and suss through your feelings. You could have gone through a hard time of grieving and loss and separation, a rocky transition. It could just be a time of healing from past disappointments, figuring actually what you want, what you desire in connections, and also still a lot of healing, moving on from the past, choosing happiness, forgiving, letting bygones be bygones, so you can be able to make those hard decisions that seem opposing, but for all it's worth, you can just take the blindfold out, follow your intuition truly. It's not truly about seeing, it's about believing yourself and what your heart is telling you, your intuition, and eventually the opposing forces, which just leads you in towards the same focus that you have your mind on. Yeah, a sense of You can have all that you want, all you desire. It's just a matter of shifting your beliefs a little bit and still processing through this healing cycle, and walking out of this sense of like a valley of the shadows into the light, that light at the end of the tunnel, and accepting the help from the divine spirit, putting divine in the middle of your relationships before they even get off the ground, before you even get on that first date. Be like, oh Lord, help me, or oh, divine spirit, please help me through this, because I don't know what I'm doing. And realize that you don't really have to take on the burden of it. And even if you actually do think of the future with this person and it brings anxiety, like, they keep on bringing up the future, and the next time I'm gonna see them, I'm just not sure if this actually is really gonna go anywhere. To have faith in that, and that it actually could possibly go somewhere. Just do it a little at a time. You just came out of protecting yourself. Be patient with yourself. You can't just, come from a sauna, jacuzzi, and then just jump straight into a cold, freezing lake. I mean, I'm sure some people would crazily do that, but it's just not comfortable. It just doesn't seem like, ooh, I can't wait to do that. Just dip your toes in and let your skin adjust from all that heat or all that cool, whichever way you're coming from, the ice lake to the jacuzzi, or from jacuzzi to the, to the cryotherapy. Like, don't dramatically expect a situation, even if you're just lightheartedly dating from the start. You're still healing with yourself, and you can still heal and date, but it's just a matter of just being patient with yourself. No one's 100% healed or perfect when they encounter relationships. Everyone is just evolving. Never perfect. Just constantly progressing. Sagittarius, so there's a sense of you needing to express, to get it out, to be honest, to share your truth. And that's your destiny. There'll be a lot of success and benefit from actually spreading that wisdom that you'd be keeping in your mind, to use those insights and communicate them. You could be Sagittarius or Gemini. Mercury, Gemini coming out twice. I don't know why I moved it up. 6th house. And I'm getting, this also deals with your work. There's a sense of you needing to communicate effectively in all these aspects of your life. There's a sense of you've been holding yourself back a little bit from your expression, from taking chances, from being confident and being in that leadership role, but also you're trying to be like, you're not trying to wait for things to work out. You're trying to be structured and disciplined and think practically, like maybe the mature thing to do is this, but no, maybe this is the route to go, but then this would be the right way. It's only going to bring more limits. A sense of just being unique, expressive, and that would be really impressive for other people. Your insights, the informations that you're coming across and informing people about, it's gonna be good for you in the long run, in matters of serving to your community and being able to feel confident enough to articulate those deep thoughts, those deep emotions that and not only, I'm not getting really much emotions, but just like what stirs that sense of drive and excitement that you actually like, this must be said, and get it out to the world. It's a sense of not putting much pressure on yourself to do it a little at a time that I was picking up earlier. And yeah, there's a lot of wisdom that you have that will help others grow and expand along with you. And by you enforcing this role upon yourself to be that natural born leader that you are and getting it out to the world, it will result in the understanding of overall like your work and what you're truly supposed to do in your life.